All praises and glory to Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahushai, Ba'asham, HaBakakadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders, which rule great millstone while. Shalom to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. May you endure until the end. And above all. Alright, so breaking news. The Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe was assassinated. Alright. And then on top of that, the character of Boris Johnson was assassinated. Alright. You got these European leaders quitting without compromise on the energy price hikes, which this is a sign of war. Okay. Now I'm gonna go into it. Let me get into different. All right. So I'm gonna use Vietnam as an example. The Vietnam War, which was actually a civil war, all right, started in 1945, September 2nd, 1945. All right. What year did America enter the war? 1965. Well, who was president when America entered the war? Well, right before 1965, because I got another number of 1964, all right? But what happened at that time? In 1963, you had the United States president at the end of 1963, November 22nd, that's the end of the year, you had Kennedy, John F. Kennedy, assassinated, which he was replaced with Lyndon B. Johnson, which went to Vietnam, took the country into Vietnam. Why are these presidents being assassinated or, politically assassinated and replaced? Because the world is in war. All right? We are in the end of the age. The age pertains to the rulership. And you got these Edomites that rule the world, the wicked, the so-called white man. And he's at the end of his age, which is Lamentations 4, verse 20. They're scrambling to try to get their NWO set up and running, right? They've been trying to get this New World Order running since Columbus. Remember what they call this place, the New World. Since back then, they've been trying to establish a New World Order. It says the Lamentations, and actually even before that, you had the Greeks. All right, you had them trying to set up the world as a pretty much as a one world order under the so-called white man. All right, under Antiochus. Even look at Alexander the Greek. He was pretty much trying to conquer the whole entire world and to put it pretty much under subjection under him, the so-called white man. This is Lamentations 4 verse 21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom. And they're rejoicing because they think they're about to get it done. They're like, man, we're almost there. We're so close. But yet so far. That dwelleth in the land of Uz, the cup also shall pass through unto thee, but you're going to go into slavery for 1,000 years and then be destroyed. Thou shalt be drunken, which you're drunken on pride, and shall make thyself naked, which you're pretty much being revealed as the son of perdition, the devil. All right, and that's why you're trying to black out the internet and trying to cut the videos of the prophets and all these truthers that you have out here. You're trying to stop them from revealing the truth of your shame. You even got Esau and his own tongue falling upon his own head. Look at Alex Jones, Glenn Beck. All right, it says in verse 2, the punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. So we're at the end of the slavery. All right, what happened to us when we finished slavery in Egypt? Egypt was destroyed. Their whole military was crushed under the Red Sea, chasing after the Israelites. See, and we were divinely guided. That's what grace is. We're being divinely guided into salvation. And Esau, being the beast man he is, the only thing he could do is become violent. And that violence is going to wrap his ass up into his own destruction. It says, and he will no more carry thee, talking about Esau taking the Israelite into captivity. He says, he will no more carry thee away into captivity. So Esau, he's trying to bring us into a new captivity, which they're going to make it mandatory that you have a implantable RFID micro CHIP that they require worldwide for buying and selling. Which you had the JAB, the juicy fruit, which they mandated that everybody gets. And you had the whole world go into it, right? And the presidents that didn't do it, like in the 80s or in Africa, guess what? They were assassinated. So this is a sign of them coming down with great wrath, knowing that they have but a short time, and they're assassinating these presidents' roles and replacing them with men that will get the job done, they think. But it's going to actually backfire, because this is the end of their time, the end of the era of the so-called white man ruling the world. This is the end of Job 9 verse 24. This is the beginning of Revelation 13 verse 10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and faith of the saints. All right? And then Isaiah 33, and I'll wrap it up there. See, this devil thinks he's going to get away with slavery. He thinks he's going to get away with multiple generations, all right? Thousands of years of slaughter of the Israelites. It's not going to happen. Isaiah 33 verse 1, woe to thee, which is talking about you devils, and you other nations as well, because every time Esau rose up against us, you were confederate with him. All right? And even when he wasn't against us, you rolled up on us. We've been in an Egyptian captivity, Babylonian captivity, and Assyrian and Babylonian captivity, Mede, Persian captivity. We've been in a Greek, Roman captivity. We've been under the Arabs in captivity. All right, that's why you had a lot of those Jake that were Moorish, which they were into that Islam false religion. You had Jake up there in China acting like Buddhists. All right, you have them now scattered in America and all over the world and amongst all the nations, because we've been in captivity under all these nations. So all these nations want to act like they love you so much and care. Or we're just trying to make the future of the world brighter. Well, guess what? It's going to be real bright. Nuclear destruction bright. 200 million nukes on your ass. It says, woe to thee that spoileth, and thou was not spoiled. Right? All these nations, this is really dealing with Esau right now. You know, he's spoiled, and he ain't been spoiled. He's still spoiling. But even these other nations which spoiled Jacob, and Jacob hasn't got revenge yet. That's unjust. So for everything to balance out, you got to go into slavery under us, and we got to be able to put you to death at our desire. And dealeth treacherously, and they dealeth dealt not treacherously with thee. So they dealt treacherously with the Israelites, but we still haven't got our turn to be treacherous to you. So that's what's coming. And Esau coming down with great wrath, knowing that he had but a short time with these other nations confederate with him, trying to obliterate the name of Israel from off the earth. The Lord ain't going to allow it. You're going to find yourself at war with Yahweh Shai and the angels. And he's not going to meet you as a man. It says, when thou shalt cease to spoil, which they say, okay, now you could have a job, you could have a car, you could have a wife, here, you could have a passport, you could travel, you're free. Oh, okay. Well, guess what? Look, Hey, it's the end of Esau, man. It's the end of these other nations too. You're going into slavery under the Israelites, and that's what you're witnessing today. This is the downfall of the modern world. And it's going to go into the management of Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai under the Israelites. Which that's why there will be peace. Because the laws will be enforced. A man committing adultery with a married woman, guess what? They'll both be put to death on the spot. A woman, committing adultery on her husband, she'll be put to death. Homosexuals, they'll be put to death in the kingdom of heaven. So the earth will be at peace. There will be no evil that will go on unpunished like in this time now. That's why even the other nations at the end, they're going to be rejoicing. Because guess what? They're going to be able to sleep with their doors open, let their kids go play without worrying about a fucking Edomite trying to poke them with a needle, trying to molest them, turn them into psychopaths, feeding us plastic rice, see, poisoning us, putting shit in our your toothpaste and in your shampoos. We're going to be able to actually live. So even the other nations are going to rejoice at the end of this. But they got 1,000 years of slavery as well. Because they've done evil unto us and we ain't got payback yet. Yahweh is a just power. See, and these other nations, they know about it. They know they have to pay back. That's why they don't want to let us out of slavery. They call it karma. What goes around comes around. And really what it is the Lord is just. It says, and when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee. So that 1,000 years of slavery, you nations, starting with Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, we're going to deal treacherously, which is going to be horrible, horrible, horrible. But it's going to be good for us, Israelites. It's going to be good for the world. It's going to be good because it's going to put everything back into balance, into its natural state, with the heathen in subjection to Israel, and Israel in subjection to Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai, and the world will flourish. Right now it's dwindling. You got droughts, you got earthquakes, you got all these things happening because the wicked are ruling. And it's the end of the wicked. Verse 2, O Yahweh, be gracious unto us. So Yahweh, send your Son through the Spirit and guide us. Because we're in dark times. Let your word be the light to our path. And his word is Yahweh Shai. We have waited for thee. Remember, we're patiently waiting for these promises to come true. Be thou there, armed every morning, our salvation also in the time of trouble. Is not the world in the time of trouble? You got presidents getting shot. You got presidents resigning. You got presidents that are fucking, bipolar or not bipolar? What the fuck is it? Alzheimer's, dementia. Hey, call Allah Yahweh Shem Yahushai. We're at the end of the age of the so-called white man and the heathen, and even of Eve ruling over us. And we're coming into the time of our power. Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai, B'Shem HaRakakudash. May all you hopeful elect that are of the elect endure. A double honors to our apostles and elders, which taught great millstone and ruled great millstone well. And shalom to the elect once again, and above all.